Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name's ChiefDog74 and let's get into this one. So today guys, we're going to be doing the, oh hang on, I'll start a new one, that was just for testing here. But we're going to be doing an F2 pit stop challenge. I have never driven in the F2 cars in this game, so we'll have to see. Well, I mean, I drove like a lap just to set it up and everything, and see how many laps there is, what tyres to use, and things like that. But yeah, we're going to be doing this one. So the things for this one, which are different to the others, there isn't a rich mix or an overtake button. There's DRS still. The race is really short, hence why I've got it on 50%, which I'll show you in a second. What else is different? Oh yeah, the tyres. There's only 3 tyre compounds actually. You've either got softs, hards, and wets. So we're going to be doing one set of each, and probably apart from hards, which we'll do twice instead, just so it's a bit fair. But yeah, I'm going to be driving as Yuki Tsunoda, who of course is becoming teammate for Pierre Gasly next season. We're going to be doing Silverstone short, or Britain short. The race is going to be 50%, because that does 15 laps. AI is on easy because we're going to be making multiple pit stops. They're only going to be making one. Qualifying, we're having one shot, and I'll just try and get 10th, because with Carlin, their cars like usually first to third. Well, I've lined up on the grid first and third. So yeah, we'll have to see how that, whether 10th will be fine. We're going to be doing the feature race. It's not going to be a sprint race, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the race. But yeah, I'm going to hand it over to myself after the recording now. But yeah, hope you do go on to enjoy this race. And yeah, let's do the pit stop challenge once again. Just a side note here guys, this took me forever to get 5th. These cars are so, look how close they are to each other. That's literally how hard it was to get 5th. It took me so many attempts. So I'm just gonna go for 5th. And maybe on the line when we're about to start the race, or when we started the race, whatever, I'll just make sure that I go to 10th for the race here. But yeah, that's insanely hard to get. But yeah, now well, I'll put you into the race where of course we're doing the pit stop challenge, F2 2020 edition.
It's Sunday, and that means it's race time here in Silverstone. As the cars are being prepared, let's join them trackside for the start of the race. Well then, after an exciting session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. A fantastic effort from Christian Lundgaard yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Robert Schwartzman in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Matsushita, Armstrong, Yuki Tsunoda, Ander Lacey, Ticktum, Ilott, Joe, Felipe Dragovic, Deruvala, Piquet, Marino Sato, and Aitken, Mazepin, Samaya, Giotto, and Mick Schumacher. Markelot and Roy Nissany, Delatraz, and Sean Galeal completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
And so here we are then as Tsunoda in the Carlin car. And I just do a strategy here, so then it makes a little bit of sense. But the overall strategy that we're going to be going for today, well, actually we've got the 5 red lights of course first, here at Britain. And it's lights out, and I let the other guys pass for a bit so I can get into 10th. Kind of doesn't work, and I go down to 18th almost. But of course these guys are extremely slow and very easy AI, and we just cut our way straight through the field back up to 9th here now actually. Get a little bit of contact there with the 8th driver here. And send it up into this corner to get into P6, get past the other guy into P5, yeah, now we've got these 3 pack of cars ahead. Don't know why my screen lagged a bit there, but now we're up into P2, so we overtook 3 people in one corner. Now it's just the leader who's already made a good break, so fair play to him to be fair, but yeah, kind of pushing him through that corner, showing how slow he is, and we're already past him by lap 1. But yeah, I may as well tell you the strategy now. So we're going to be doing these tyres for 5 laps, then going on to wets. As you can see there, I changed it to wets. Then we're going to be doing obviously only 1 lap on wets because they're the slowest tyre. Then we're going to be going on to 2 sets of hards. But let's see the replay of the start of the race. Obviously quite slow one for us because we pulled over to the side and slowed down. But once we were out of that corner, we just flew through, as you would expect on very easy AI to be fair. But yeah, obviously it's a bit harder when you're trying to do multiple pit stops, hence why it's on 0% AI. I will also tell you that I accidentally forgot to change it back to rules and flags to be on. I didn't cut any corners or whatever, but there was some contacts or me going wide or whatever that perhaps may have been penalised. But yeah, I forgot to do that from the last challenge that we did, which was the track limits challenge, of course. But yeah, on to lap 5 now. So this is where we are going to box in for the wet tyre. Of course, only 1 lap on this tyre because it is the slowest, or at least in dry conditions such as these. So obviously we don't want to be slow for a very long time, hence why we're going into the pits now, since we've already built a fairly decent lead. But yeah, now the Carlin boys putting on the wheels, and for some reason I couldn't get the gears. I do manual pit stops, which means it doesn't do it automatically or whatever. You have to hold the pedal down and the clutch, and then you get to go. But for some reason I just couldn't get that at all. I think it maybe is slightly different for the F2 car when you get released or whatever. But here is a line you wish you never heard. Jeff, do I look like the kind of person that wants to finish the race on wet tyres? Wet tyres? Do you think I'm going to go on this tyre for the rest of the race? Are you kidding me? Like, I know I'm doing a challenge, but you know, please get your facts right. Why aren't you calling me back in to change? I shouldn't have to do that, but yet I do. And you can see me go very wide there on that corner. I just really couldn't turn the car with these tyres. And then we rejoin. Ooh, we hit his front wing. Sorry to whoever is in P2. Yeah, and there you go, there's the debris flying off. But it doesn't matter, of course. That's one of the reasons why I noticed that flags were off was because of that incident. We probably would have gotten a warning there at least, but we didn't quite there, so not sure, or I am sure, but you know. Onto this second stint we go then, or would it be third stint? I suppose it'd be third stint actually, even though we only went on the wet tyres for one lap, of course, because they are the slowest tyre. We now go on to the hard tyre, because of course there is only the softs, the hards and the wets, so yeah, we go into the hards now, and we're at the very back of the pack now, of course, because nobody else needs to do pit stops and we were slow on the wets. But Jack Aitken has DNF'd here and has given us a free position, so thank you very much for retiring your car there. But here now, this is where the fun begins, because we have now caught up to this pack only a lap later after Jack Aitken was DNF'd, so on lap 7, and now we're on to lap 8 heading into lap 9, and well, it's time to, well, wreck these guys really. So we send it to the outside, then the inside for this car, then into turn 1 here, we send it down the inside. Fairly clean racing to be fair, and we just, well, I mean, we just dive bomb, don't we? This is how easy it is. Go past this guy, round the outside again, down the inside of this guy, and basically pushing this guy through the exit of the corner, using DRS. The only reason why we're not going fast compared to the others on a straight is because the cars are actually all the same, unlike F1, so it's much more down to the driver, but we have to take avoiding action there and get hit by the Ilot over there. Doesn't really affect us too much though, because we all know that I'm just going to go straight past him down the inside on this straight, and on to lap 10 then, and some guys have actually pit, so yeah, we've gained quite a few positions now, up into P4, and well, correction there, P3 now, as we go past the BWT water car. I don't know the names of the cars, I only just saw the Carlin one, but yeah, I don't really follow F2 really, so this was quite a new experience, but yeah, I do like the cars. They sound pretty cool. And now the leader and person second head into the pits, and we've only got one stop left. And yeah, now we just sail away really. This was the replay though of me going down the outside and then the inside. Bit of contact there to be fair, but you know, when you're in 20th, I mean, why are you even racing? And yeah, that was the clean overtake down the inside. Then we got 2 people on the inside of this corner, take to the outside to get this guy, outside again, inside for this corner, push this guy through the corner, get DRS and stay with the pack, and then by the end of that corner we had raised our positions once again. So yeah, that's probably the most action you're gonna see from this race really, but we do go for our last pit stop, which will be on lap 12 here, and yeah, we've got a 27 second lap lead, or yeah, 27 seconds lap lead, on to lap 13, or well, we're still on lap 12 at this point here, as I go wide there actually, so perhaps a good time to go to the pits. And you can see we're about to lap cars there, but of course since we're making this extra pit stop, we won't be lapping them, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going for our last pit stop then, off from one hards and on to the other. Yeah, I've got to say this challenge has been fun, especially compared to my team, or not my team, sorry, the drive career video that I'm also trying to do, which is hinted at the end of this video-ish. I just show you that I'm doing the Vietnam Grand Prix. Yeah, off we go then, on to this final stint. Well, it's on lap 13 of 15, so not really going to be too much trouble. Just got to keep it going really. This is what I was greeted to when I came out the pits. It was low fuel. We are on minus 0.44 laps of fuel. That means that we basically, for about half a lap, we're going to be out of fuel on the last lap, or at least be in low fuel mode. So we may not even finish this race. And I check again after doing a bit of lifting and coasting, only 0.41. So alarm bells are starting to ring here as we go onto the straight for the penultimate time. Final lap of the race, and it's flashing red, so never a good sign when your fuel bar's flashing red at you. That clearly means you're almost out of fuel there, mate. And as we go round and into this corner, you will see the flashing sign, as well as minus 0.47 laps of fuel and low fuel mode. So we've gone into low fuel mode. Can we get the car to the finish line? This is just like Hamilton with his puncture, except for, of course, we got all 4 tyres. We are hoping that the finish line can get to us in time, as quickly as humanly possible, as Crofty once said. And well, I can tell you, it was only a few seconds lost there because of how slow the AI is, but we will win this Grand Prix. So, and well, I suppose we also win the challenge too. So yeah, good all round. I found it quite fun, and of course I hope you guys did as well.
A great win then for the Carlin team today. Did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
It was down to one thing: consistent pace over everyone else out there on the track. We could spend a great deal of time talking about race and tyre strategy, what else occurred on the track, but at the end of the day, the difference here was down to simply being faster on track than everyone else. Amazing skill on show.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. Driver of the day then.
So then, there you have it. That has been the F2 pit stop challenge. Hope you guys like the return of this. I was really desperate to do a challenge video, to be fair, because I mean, career mode's fine, but I'm not really into career mode all that much, it's gotta be said, especially at this track that I'm trying to do. Hanoi or Vietnam, ridiculous. It's just terrible in the Alpha Tauri car. Yeah, you can see that I did practice and qualifying on the 25th of January this year, of course. Then Obviously today is the 2nd of February. Yeah, there you go. That was a nice break for me actually, and I did quite enjoy the F2 cars as well, to be fair. But of course, though, if you did enjoy this video today, then be sure to hit the like button. If you like all of my F1 content, even the other 2 pit stop challenges, which you of course can check out, I do believe I've made a playlist, as well as also the F1 version of this challenge being one of my most viewed videos today actually. So I hope you guys did like the return of this. Of course, comment anything that you'd like about this. Yeah, till then, this has been Chief Dog 74 as Yuki Tsunoda for the F2 pit stop challenge in the Carlin car. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.